What's up guys, my name is Ace, and as many people have pointed out, Sledgehammer always does exactly what I ask them to do, and therefore today I'm going to share a handful of suggestions that will literally save Modern Warfare 3 and make it the best Call of Duty game we've ever seen. And diving right into this, with the launch of Season 3, we're expecting several new vests, however, not the vests that I was hoping to see. So, I've got a suggestion, maybe for Season 4, this is what I would like to call the Sentinel Vest. Now with this one, the primary perk attached to this is it will double the enemy footstep audio, and it will be a full counter to Covert Sneakers and the Ninja Vest. Now this part of the vest will just ensure that the headless chickens out there that don't know how to play this milsim properly, they'll finally see the punishment they deserve for moving around the map too quickly. Now in saying that, most of the other vests in the game have multiple perks attached to it, so the second part of the Sentinel Vest is this will boost placeable equipment trigger speed as well as the damage that your placeable equipment will deal. And I don't think that's quite enough, so I think it should also replenish equipment as long as it's a placeable form of equipment, just like restock for instance. So those would be two fairly active benefits with the Sentinel Vest. However, I do think it could use an additional passive benefit. So with this, as long as you're prone, you'll gain the effects of the Ghost perk as well as Cold-Blooded. And I think this would be great for rewarding those players that are really smart and patient that lay in a really tactical position. So that's the first big suggestion I have that I think would massively improve the gameplay pacing and flow in Modern Warfare 3, since it's currently way too fast for anybody without cheats to keep up with. But next, something I noticed while going through the aftermarket parts that we have in this game is there's still no aftermarket part for the Riot shield. And I was just thinking the other day, we've really been missing out on that Strobe shotgun attachment that we had back in Black Ops 4 that was really popular with the community. So let's merge those two together into the Jack Strobe kit for the Riot shield. And with this, you may have guessed, we have that strobe light attached to the front of our Riot shield, and we have the ability to toggle that strobe on or off. When you do toggle it on, it disables the enemy player's aim assist, and pretty much completely blinds them so they can't see what you're doing. And as an added benefit, this should also work while it's on your back. That way, if I ever need to leave my corner in order to go place another claymore, I'll have that added layer of protection for all those tryhards and cheaters that try to get behind me. So that's yet another element that I think would really improve this game for me, but I think we could take that one step further here with a brand new field upgrade as well. And this one I like to call the Disruptor Field Upgrade, and with this one, it's a placeable item that disables enemy slides and jumps within a 20-meter radius. And this I think would pair really nicely with the Sentinel Vest as well as that Jack Strobe kit on the Riot shield, and it will just prevent those headless chickens from using unrealistic movements in order to make it hard for me to shoot them. I think this would drastically improve the skill gap in the game, as it would force those headless chickens to play like a real man and just fight me face to face. And there we go, those are 3 gameplay items that I would love to see added to Modern Warfare 3 in order to level the playing field a little bit, because currently it's just unbalanced toward those unskilled players that move around the map all the time. In saying that though, I think there's some other things outside of the gameplay features themselves that I think could really drastically improve this game. And the first thing is something that I actually agree with a lot of the community on, and this is a UI redesign. Now, as it is right now, they've got horizontal menus, which are obviously the best, and we do like horizontal scrolling. It's clearly the best option, especially when you have a lot of things to choose from. But the big problem I have here is, like, look at this screen right now. There's 10 items that I can see all at once, and that's just way too overwhelming. That is information overload. So instead, what I'd like to see here is still keep that great horizontal scrolling that we know and love, but scale up those icon sizes so you can only see 3 options at once. Not only does this make this easier to read all of those options, but it's going to take you longer to get to the option that you're actually looking for, which is really going to reward those patient players that are willing to take a lot of time to get from one end of the menu to the other to where all the good attachments are. In addition to that, this would be great from the business perspective because one of the most important metrics for shareholders is time in menu. Menu engagement is huge these days. It's all the rage with shareholders right now, and while they've done a pretty good job making sure that we're spending more and more time in these menus, playing hide and seek with the option that we're looking for, I think they could take this to the next level and ensure that we spend even more time scrolling through these menus. And this just leaves us with one last change that I think could really improve Call of Duty in general. For those of you guys that know me, you know that I love Disbanding Lobbies. It's one of my favorite new features with Call of Duty because it really saves my thumb. After a game, pressing those 3 buttons to back out of the game, that was exhausting. I'm really glad they took that option away from players and just automatically pull you out of that lobby and search for a new one. But again, I just feel like this is an area where they're on the right track, but they're not taking it far enough. So what I would like to see here is I think they should disband games if the score discrepancy gets too high. So if we're playing team deathmatch, for instance, and one team has 10 more kills than the other team, at that point, I think you should just disband the game immediately, count it as a tie, of course, because it was an unfair situation to begin with, obviously, and it was clearly unfair to the losing team. They shouldn't have ended up in a situation where there's that much of a discrepancy. And for those players that are on the winning team, they should have had a whole lot more compassion for the losing team, and they don't deserve to get a win for not allowing the other team to catch up to them. So there we go. There's just a handful of changes that I think would definitely turn this game around, and it would make it far more enjoyable to play for everyone, aside from those try-hard streamers as well as the cheaters in the game. Which, by the way, those are all the same people because every single streamer cheats. Now, of course, if you guys haven't looked at the upload date of this video, you should probably do that at this point. This style of content has definitely become a staple on this channel, and it's fun to change things up one day a year. And I'm excited to get back to my normal videos starting tomorrow. If you guys enjoyed this one, a like rating is always appreciated, and don't forget to subscribe for more if you haven't already. I'll talk to you guys next time.